Hello everyone. In our last demo, we had briefly discussed about AWS CLI and we had configured AWS CLI for Windows and Ubuntu. Today we are going to practicing AWS CLI for S3. So let's quickly move to console. Now guys, if you see here, these are the list of the commands which we are going to practice today. Before we start, in case if you didn't see the previous video, I would strongly recommend it. Please find the link in the comment section or in the description section, and please see the video before you trying out these commands. So the first command would be we are trying to creating the bucket. So you know that any AWS CLI command would be start with AWS. So first you have to try out AWS and then the service, and in this case S3 is the service, and then the name of the operation you want to perform. In this case, so I have applied this command, and then this indicating that make bucket, and the name of this bucket indicating that the bucket has been created successfully. Now I'm going to create one more bucket called it efg. Now the second bucket has been created successfully, and now I want to see that whether the bucket is created or not. And to know the list of bucket, the command is aws s3 ls, and then this would be listed down all the bucket available in my s3. And to verify, we can come here and refresh this, and now you can see that the bucket has been created and this is the region. Okay, now bucket has been created. So the next step is I would like to add some content inside that bucket. So what I have done here, I have as a preparation step, I have copy a content of a website, and the content should be looks like this. This is the location. These are the contents. Okay, and now let's say, see, this is my content. So this is all about my content. Okay, and then we are going to trying out this content over here. Let's clear. And now the first thing, I would like to add some object inside the bucket. So let's try out this. If I ls, you can find out here is about.html file is there. I want to copy about.html and like to place in s3 demo-xyz folder, a bucket. So let's copy, and now you hit enter. For example, if you see this example or see this command again, the command would be start with aws s3, cp stand for copy, and then the name of the file. This is the source and this is the destination. I want the source file about.html should be copied to move copy into the location s3 demo-xyz. So let's hit enter. So you can see that it's giving an indicator that the file has been uploaded successfully. Now I'm going to try out one more file, and this time instead of about, I just want to try out contact, and let's modify this, or I can do one thing, I can remove this and try out. Now you can see that the file has been uploaded. Now I have to verify again. The command would be aws s3 ls. Now it's need little variation because this time I do not want to list a bucket, I want the list of object inside a bucket. So the command would be s3, the name of the bucket demo-xyz, Yeah, now after apply this command, you can see that the two files are listed over here. Now move to the next command. Now if you see that this is what we have applied, and now let's say I want to, if you remember, we have created two bucket, and now I want to, instead of copying the content from local file, I want to copy the object from one bucket to other bucket. So here is the command. Copy this. So again the command would be same, but here is the source and destination is changed, and if you see the source location is the same location. Here is I want to copy about.html from source location to the new bucket destination location efg, and let's hit enter. And you can see that the file has been copied successfully. Now to verify again, I can choose, instead of this I can say efg, and it would be listed down all the files located in efg location. Now we can see that the about.html is located in efg location. Now we move to the next command. Let's say now in this case we always giving one file, but I want to copy the content of entire files. So let's come here. I have a folder called it html. I want to go inside that folder called it html, or if you see ls -la html, and if I hit enter, now let's see. Now you can see that these are the files and folder located in this location, and this time instead of copying one file at a time, I want to copy the entire file. So let's go back to the previous folder, clear. Now I can see that the html folder is here. I want to copy the entire folder. Along with that, I want to copy, if I go to again the location cd html ls -la, you can see that there is some png files are there. But during the copy, what exactly I want here, I want to copy only the html files and exclude the png files. So here is the command. Let's go back to source folder, or you can use dot. If you stay in the current folder, then you can use dot instead of html. So html is my source folder. I have again applied the copy command. I want to recursively copy all the content except the files which start with png. I want to exclude those files. So let's hit enter. Now you can see that all the files start uploading, and the upload operation has been performed successfully. But you can't find out any file which start with the file extension with png. So that files are excluded, even though that files are present in my html location. So if you want to see the content, you have to using the command. So let's say if you want to see now, if you see that this demo.exe file, if you want to see the content, you have to write aws s3 ls and then the name of the bucket, and in this case demo-xyz. And guys, you can see that we had copied the complete folder with html, and if you want to see the content in the html folder, the prefix, you have to again put a slash over here and say html. Okay, and just put a forward slash. Now you can see all this content here except the png files. Okay, and let's say if you want to, instead of you want to pointing to the specific prefix or folder, if you want to recursively see all this content, then the command would be, you just need to be use ls demo-xyz folder, and you can type here recursive. Now it would be display all the files inside this bucket. Let's say you want to download the content to a local folder. You can also download, or you can use copy command. So to download the content to the local folder, let's say we are creating a folder mkdir, and the folder name is called it local, and cd local. So a folder has been created and we move to that location, and now I want to copy the content from this location to, from my bucket to, I want to download the content. So now I just need to use AWS S3 copy command and then the name of the bucket. So this is the name of the bucket. So again, while you copying, a simple formula, like you have to mention the source and destination. In this case, the destination is S3 colon demo xyz, and the location is in my current directory, so that I am giving a dot. Okay, let's try out to see that whether the content has been added or not. Okay, so here is the issue why the content would be not copy properly. The reason being, we are not specify the file. So let's say I want to download a specific file, and I know that there is a file called it about.html. Now I have to specify which file I would like to copy. Since in the previous example I didn't mention any of the files, that's why the file is not copied. So let's pointing to a file. Now I would like to copy about.html to my local directory. Let's see. Now you can see that the file has been downloaded successfully. And if you want to copy the entire content, so the approach would be, you just need to be mentioned here hyphen let's say you want to download the entire content, then the approach, the command would be copy, then the local folder name, and then you can write recursive. Let's hit enter. Now this would be ensure downloading all the content to your local folder. Now you can see that the content has been downloaded successfully to your local folder. Now we have identified how to copy the content to the local and the remote location. Let's say if you want to remove some files and folder, let's come to this location ls, and now if you see in this local folder we have one file called it about.html, and now I want to move this file. So to move this file, again I have to use AWS S3. The move command start from MB, and then you have to mention which file you want to move. In this example, about.html. Then I want to move to demo-xyz, and this time I want to move the content to one more folder called it test. Okay, let's try out this and see that whether we are able to move the file or not. Okay, you can see that the file has been moved successfully, and to verify, you can see when I say ls, the about.html file has been removed over here. And let's say I want to verify this in my bucket. So s3 demo xyz, and then minus minus. If I hit enter, I can find out a folder called a test, and that might be copy the content. So you can see that the folder called a test and which contain the file about.html. Okay, the file, if you see that the test folder do not have about.html because I apply the move command, but I do not specify the file name, so it is essential to specify the file name. Let's try out again, and this time I want to move, instead of about.html I want to move contact.html. And now I've specified which file I want to copy, and let's hit enter. Now the file has been moved. Let's go back to the previous command, and now you can see that test folder contain test.contact.html. Now we go back to the next command. Now we are able to move the object. Let's say I want to remove the bucket. So guys, we have two bucket. The list of bucket would be displayed over here, and now this time I want to remove my buckets. Okay, so let's try AWS S3. To remove bucket you have to use command RB, stand for remove bucket, S3, and now I want to remove demo-xyz. It won't be allowed to remove any file in this location. The region being the folder contains some files. Unless until the files are not removed, it's not going to allow us to remove any file in this location. Now um, uh, before we removing all the things, let's see that how we can removing object from this location. Let's try out. To removing any object in this location, let's first see that what are the contents are there in our AWS S3 ls, and now I want to see that what content would be there in my other location called it efg. Now you can see that about.html file is there, and it contains only about.html file. And let's go back to this. Instead of this, I want to see what is the content inside xyz, and then we try to remove the content. So I can see that we have multiple files here, and now I want to remove. To remove the, I have to use same thing. I have to use same location. Instead of remove bucket, I have to say remove, and then I have to specify the name of the file. In this case, the file could be about.html, and if I hit enter, you can see this file has been removed. Let's try out demo.xyz, and you can find out there is no about.html file. Now if you like to delete, let's say I want to delete all the files except the png files. So the command again you have to use remove, and this time I mention demo. I want to remove all the files in demo.xyz, and here you have to write recursive, and then you can apply the command called it exclude, which would be exclude all the png files. Okay, so now if I hit enter, now you can see that it would be remove all the file except png file. No png files are listed over here, and let us go back and apply the same command again to see that any item is left or not. So you can see that there is no item is left. Okay, if you want to exclude any of the file, you can put the extension. You can use wildcard character to exclude this. So now my folder is completely empty, and then now it could be allow me to delete the record in my folder location. So you can see that the folder is completely empty. Now if you want to remove any file, so the simple thing, you have to change this ls to remove bucket, and if you hit enter, this folder, this bucket can be removed successfully. Okay, now in case we go back again, remove bucket, and this time I want to remove efg, and I know that this bucket still contains some data or files, and now AWS wouldn't be allow me to remove this bucket. If you still want to remove this bucket, there's a command called that force, and now it would be removed. The bucket has been removed forcefully. First it tried to remove all this file inside this bucket, and later it would be remove the bucket. Yeah, now you can see that it's first deleting the files, and later it would be remove the folder. Now if I go back AWS S3 LS, the two bucket what I have created that have been removed successfully, and now we have one last command is about sync, we have removed successfully. Now the other last command what we are going to try out is called it sync operation. Let's try out how exactly sync is work. Now let's go to our HTML folder or ls. Okay, it's contain anything. I want to go back ls. I can see that the contents are here. Let's go to inside the HTML folder ls, and you can see that the list of files are here. And now I want to sync this folder with the remote location, or I want to sync this folder to the remote bucket. Let's first create the bucket z1, and now I hit enter. So it looks like this bucket has been created, and now I'm going to use efg1. So again I'm trying to attempt two bucket has been created successfully. Now I want to copy or sync with my local directory. So AWS S3 sync dot S3 and then demo xyz1. Now if you see that it start uploading all these files, all this contained, and if I go back inside, if I apply the ls command, AWS S3 sync, AWS S3 ls, and let's see the content. So to see the content, I just need to be use S3 demo xyz1, and to see entire content, yeah, I can see the entire contents are here. It's located in this location, and that contains some png files, html files. And if I want to sync with the other bucket, the command would be simple, same thing. You can apply the sync command. Now this dot would be replaced, this would be the source, and the destination would be s3 alone demo, and here is efg1. Now you can see that this also sync with the s3 bucket to bucket. Okay, And now I want to remove some of the files, and then we just see that what happened if some files has been removed, then how to sync. So now if you see, I am in the HTML folder and I want to remove some files. I want to see that what would be happen if I remove some file and try to attempt for sync. So if I come from here ls and la, I can see that I have some png files. This time intentionally I would like to remove these png files, or yeah, I would accept all these png files. I'm going to remove all these html files and see that what exactly happened. So let's go here, aws s3 remove, and then the name of the bucket is demo-xyz1. Okay, and I want to remove, so then I have to write recursive minus minus exclude, say star.png. Okay, so this time in my local folder, this time okay, I do not want to remove anything. Let's keep the content as it is. I want to remove the files in my local folder, and then we have tried to sync and see that what exactly happened. So if I choose ls, I can see all this file, and now I'm going to remove some of the png files and logo.png, and let's say, yeah, so banner.png. So there's two files I would like to remove. Now if you see in my local folder, I have removed all this png file. Now if I want to attempt to sync, see that what exactly happened. Let's say I'm creating one more file, touch 1.txt. Now if I hit enter, you can see that 1.txt is created. I'm going to sync this file, so the command aws s3 sync dot, I want to sync with s3 demo xyz1. Okay, let's sync. So guys, you see that I have removed the two png files, and let's go and see that what exactly happened once I remove this. So ls, and if I say minus minus recursive, if I hit enter, I can see that logo.png is there, but the new file what logo.png and blog banner.png is still there, but it is added a new file 1.txt. All the changes are adapted, but except the changes related to the deletion is not adapted. If you like to adapt the changes related to deletion, you can apply the command sync with the delete option. So now I have the sync command. Now I want to remove that. If I have any deleted file, I want that deleted file also sync with my sync folder. So now I have put an option sync and say delete. If I hit enter, you might be see that it try to remove banner and png from my remote location. So if I apply the command, now this time you may see that the logo.png and the other file blob.banner.png has been removed in this location. Okay, so this is the end of all these commands. Guys, if you want to see all this command, you can refer, this is the site where exactly I have referred. So you can see this is the location. This is the location where all this command would be listed. So if you come here and come to the bottom, you can find out all this command, including exclude, include, and all this command you can find out here. You can visit and you can see all this command with this example. So thank you for watching. If you have any question or comment, please drop your comment in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe my channel.